Welcome to another bite-sized training tape for football officials. In this edition, we'll have a look at some plays, some punt plays, and we'll talk about both the back judge and the deep wings, a little bit about the wing officials also, but it's primarily a deep thing. The first thing here, we're going to have a look at how far away the back judge is. You'll see that he's nowhere to be found here, which is too far away. Now, if we have a look at the end zone shot, you'll see all the way back here that first of all he's it's hard to see, but he is deeper than the too much uh, too far behind the punt returner, and he's off to the side. And the reason I like to be behind the punt returner is exactly here. So what happens is the punt returner is going to run away from the back judge, and that makes the back judge uh, all of a sudden he has to cover a vast distance, and that is part of the reason why he is too far away when the ball gets there. So if the back judge had been behind the punt returner, it would have been easier to follow him over there. Same in this situation where we have a short kick, and sometimes these short kicks can be hard to cover. But again, you can see that the back judge is nowhere near, and we'll see here he's all the way back there. And what happens is the punt returner starts to move forward, and the back judge stays behind or stays back, and that ends up being too far a distance. And the reason this is important is on this kick, what happens here is all of a sudden this happens. Now, if you're not in position, you're going to miss this. Did the knee touch? It's hard to say. Probably did. And if you're out of position, you're not going to catch this, as was the case in this situation. And you'll see here eventually when the ball is kicked, that actually it is, again, it's a short kick and it's hard to cover, but we just have to do whatever we can as back judges to get up there to be able to cover this. Now let's have a look at some of the plays involving the deep wings. This is going to be a kick that goes out of bounds, and a couple of things here. It's out of bounds now. The deep wing is coming up to cover the spot, which is good, what he's supposed to do. Would like him to stop the clock already now as he's moving up. I also would like the back judge just to hang back, since he is not responsible for the spot anymore, and just hang back there and have a look, cleaning up in the middle where we have opposing players. So finally we get the play stop, but there's no reason for the back judge to come up there to get that spot. Here we have a similar situation where the kick is going to go out of bounds, and again the deep wing will cover that spot, but keep in mind that the spot is not important. Nobody cares where we're going to put that spot. It's going to be 1st and 10 anyway. The ball goes out of bounds. He's coming up here. The wing really shouldn't be worried about the spot. He should be worried about getting a new ball in, leaving the back judge to cover this area here in a cleanup fashion, so that we don't have any extracurricular activity. Now, as you can see, we have a little bit of a miscommunication here. A good thing that the back judge helps bring in the new ball, and a good thing that nothing happened between the teams. As you will see on this play, again, it's a punt that goes out of bounds, but this play really illustrates why the spot is secondary and the cleanup should be primary. As we have a kick that's going to go out of bounds over here, and right about now the ball crosses the sideline, so it's about the 42-yard line, give or take. You'll notice that something is going to happen over here, and you'll see what the field judge does. He doesn't get the best spot in the world. He gets the beanbag on the 45, which is what we call a Kramer, which is lining it up on a big line. But the spot is secondary, because what happens here is now something is going on here, and he still has his focus where it's supposed to be, where he gets the spot, but he's still focused in on cleaning up, and we actually have three. We've got the field judge focused in, the back judge is already there, the side judge is coming in. This is perfect work by the three deep guys covering this and having their priorities straight, where, as I said, the spot really doesn't matter that much. What we really need, what we want is after the play is cleanup and before the play ends, we want to have a look at blocks. That is much more important to us than a spot. And the last play I included here is just a very good example of the back judge being in control of the entire play and being in good position. As you'll notice, ball comes down, it is touched here and then picked up, and you'll notice the back judge is coming up, signaling that the ball was touched, and then he's tackled. We get a beanbag down there. I prefer always to get a beanbag down. It's just a very good habit to get into, and it saved the field judge on the previous play where you get the beanbag down, and then you can easily move away from the spot and help with dead ball officiating. So always get a beanbag down, and here's just a very good example of good coverage by a back judge who's moving up with the play, realizing the touch, get a good signal, and then follow the play, beanbag down. The two deep wings have the spot. And really, back judge, you can just stay back here because you're not involved in the end of the play, and all you can do, or you should do from back there, is just clean up the rest of the play. And that was it for this edition. A lot of stuff about punts. I hope you enjoyed it. And as always, thank you for watching.